As we go to the scoreboard, we can tell you we had a host of local golfers like F-Tink who were underclassmen showing out well. Led today the brigade, though, by Nick Bruns, who bounces back after yesterday, climbs all the way back up the leaderboard and fires a wonderful score today to get himself with a 78 today to 158. He was the next local finisher with a 23rd place finish. The freshman, Isaac McLaughlin from Pittsfield, finishes 26th with a 159. Colby Robertson with a big jump up to 31st today. Brayson Smeltzer from West Hancock fell back a little bit, but the sophomore showing out with a top 40 finish at state. So too Bennett Freitag and Connor Craven. Wonderful golf results on all front today. Congratulations to all the local golfers on all they were able to do. Really showing out the area proud. Meanwhile, let's go to football today. High school football, West Central. As you see the team scores there, Quincy Notre Dame, 6th place, as I mentioned, jumping up the leaderboard on the strength of all that went right. West Central today taking on North Green. Always good to see QU legend, Carrollton legend, Cody Leonard in the house, coaching up his defense. And it did a great job against West Central, trying to pick up magic win number 5 today were the Cougars. But you know what? North Green holding things back. 4th and goal, big stop by Ethan Clark. Next possession, though, Chance Little having none of it. Here he rumbles 28 yards on the pickup. And that, my friends, makes it 6-0 after the 2-point fails. Best play of the week that didn't count right here, Garrett Hazelwonder's wondrous catch at the back end of this thing, which might have given, at this point, North Green the lead. It was negated, or I should say negated in this one by a holding call at the back end of this. How about this? More to come in this one. Defense from West Central having none of it from that point forward. Chance Little, the tackle for loss right there just a bit later. Connor Turner doing some work from 5 yards out to extend the lead out to 14-0, as the 2-point conversion would be good from that point as well. More to come as well from West Central as Landon Woods goes to the air. The bomb to Mason Berry here is fantastic and good and makes it work. And that, my friends, sealed the deal on a huge day for the Cougars. They are, in fact, playoff eligible by virtue of a 36-8 win today over North Green. Meanwhile, Brown County and Route Catholic playing in Jacksonville. The loser of this game picks up magical loss number 5, eliminated from playoff competition. It would be the Hornets down 25-14 at the half, but Angel Duerr had other ideas. Monster day for this young man, just moving people with reckless abandon he was as a tailback today. Big pickup for him, and that sets up a 10-yard rushing touchdown from Angel himself. And Angel on their side today, if you will. And then from the 2-point conversion, Mr. Duerr again cuts that Route Rocket lead down to 25-22. Route would drive the length of the field trying to answer, but Eli Staton comes up with a big pick in the end zone right there to turn the Rockets away empty, and then Trey Fullerton goes to work from the fullback position in the wing tee. That's effective running. That's a touchdown, made it 28-25 Hornets, their first lead since the first quarter. Then again, more from Trey Fullerton on the 2-point conversion. It's a 30-25 lead. But it would take Route only one play to answer back effectively. Charlie Allen, are you kidding me with this run? Maneuvering and sweeping his way through everyone at this particular point. That would put the Route Rockets up 32-30 after the PAT was converted. More to come from the Route defense, trying to answer back and not let Brown County crawl back and make a third comeback in this game. And it'd be Gavin Sheehan right here with the quarterback sack to give his team back the ball as Brown County was forced to punt at that point. And then, you know what? You've got a 2-point lead. You're trying to kill time. You figure you're going to run the ball, kill the clock. No. Kellen Creviston into the air. Jace Laudeman at the back end of this thing falls down at the 1-yard line. Denied the touchdown. Mr. Creviston going to take it in of his own accord in this one. Still down 9, trying to come back, make the impossible comeback in this one. Angel Duerr going to take this handoff and just kind of teleport through defenders. Huge pickup for him. But with Brown County trying to get things going on 4th down and get the ball in the end zone, Eli Olson comes up here with the interception that seals the deal. Brown County will not be making the playoffs this year. Brown County, if they can win out, or excuse me, Route Catholic, if they can win out, still has a chance. They win today by the final count of 39-30, which brings us to our power poll. And let's take a look at how it shapes up going into Duerisms this week, which will be revealed in full. No changes in the top 6, and obviously the big storyline this week, we have undefeated Centralia traveling to undefeated South Shelby. So things will be shuffled significantly next week. That's a really fun football game we'll talk about a little later in the week. Meanwhile, the back six has changed again significantly. And I'm going to be honest with you, based on the quality of their win over Crystal City, I seriously considered bouncing Van Far into the top 12 as well. But this is what it looks like right now. Obviously, still a lot of respect for Bushnell Prairie City despite the loss this week. North Shelby, on the strength of 3 straight wins, jumps back into the top 12. And Keokuk, I know they lost to Fort Madison, but given Fort Madison's injury situation right now, Keokuk looks like the better team, at least at this point. Today, absent the pieces that Fort Madison is out. So that's how it all shakes down. Let's do some college football now. Big one today. Undefeated Truman State, nationally ranked, taking on Quincy University. And man, the Hawks were trying to turn the tables, and what a first quarter they would have. They made it look easy. This is Tion Dollard with a touchdown rumble to put his team up 6-0, carrying dudes into the end zone. We're not done. Drake Davis goes to the air, finds Travis Isaac on the next possession to move the ball into the red zone, and that would set up this guy, J.Q. Brown, looking GQ savvy, getting into the end zone at this point, extends the lead out to 13-0 as the PAT was good this time. And then to the air, Drake Davis again to the former Quincy High product. Yeah, that's Garrett Drew with a magnificent catch. It's 20-0 Hawks in this one. Here comes Nolan Hare and company all the way back, though. Truman State forces overtime and wins it in the OT, 30-27, or 33-27, I should say, after the Hawks' first possession ended in an interception in the end zone. Rough go of it at the end of this for the Hawks, but man, what an effort they put up. That is definitely a very much improved football team. Also today in college football, it was North Dakota beating Western Illinois 49-10. The Leathernecks are still winless on the season. How about Illinois College? Ray DeFrisco's team has been a buzzsaw. Big wins over both Ripon and earlier over Monmouth last month, and now today, a big win on the road over Chicago. Destin Chance, what a monster day for him. 399 passing yards and 5 touchdowns all told. Monmouth College bounces back from the loss last week to IC with a big win over Grinnell, 69-6 your final in that one. And we'll mention Central Missouri with a big win today because our guy, former KHQA Player of the Year, Weston King, had a monster day on the defensive line. A team leading 8 tackles. He also forced 2 quarterback hurries, one of which resulted in an interception. Quincy University sprint football trying to improve to 3-1 on the season, taking on Midway today. Connor McLaughlin's crew, man, they look good in this one. First offensive play, what a way to start the game. It is Chance Newton, and if by chance he's gone. 50 yards to the house in this one, 7-0 Hawks at this point, but they're not done. On the ensuing kickoff, Jaquez Hicks is going to get a hand on the ball and force the fumble, and the Hawks are going to recover. They would miss a field goal opportunity, unfortunately for there, but they would still be resourceful and continue to find ways as Bryce Vaught is going to come up big on defense and shut down Midway from that point forward in this one. As you will see, Bryce Vaught coming up with the tackle for loss and nifty defense, and that would allow Deuce Alloway to take over. Little screen pass action to Nasir Carson coming right up here as he would sidestep the defender and go in for the score. Big win for Quincy Sprint football today. They are in fact 3-1. They win this game by the final count of 24-7. And we are just getting warmed up here on the Big Overtime Show. We've got a host of cross country on both sides of the river to show you, as well as a bunch of volleyball when overtime continues.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Duerr, working for you.
And welcome back to Overtime. Let's do some cross country, starting with the Liberty Invitational at Uland Acres today. Quincy High School, the heavy favorite, coming out. And as you can see out of the gate, Olivia Schuring and Kiana Shoffley doing what they do, front running in this one and doing it incredibly well. Both have had great seasons, seem to work well off each other right here. Olivia Schuring winning today at a time of 19:01.8. Kiana Shoffley second, 19:53. And then the freshman on her home course, Briella Nyson, doing what she does, 20:48 to build a little momentum into the postseason. Jasmine Alcantara coming up right here in 4th place from Macomb in a time of 21:05.30. And then you've got Emma Whitaker of Illini West going to punch in as well in 5th place at 21:19. Quincy High School, your team champion on the girls' side. Let's go to the boys' side now. Same event. And again, Quincy High School coming in as your favorite in this one. And right off the bat in this one, Thomas Hess is going to jump out and get ahead of the field, and he is going to work incredibly well in this one, although he would get some push on the back end from Jax Dunseth of Macomb. In the end, though, coming around the tree to win it, Thomas Hess in a time of 16:11:30. Dunseth comes in second in this one in 16:22. Good run for him as he continues to build momentum towards the postseason. Then it's Parker Quinlan from West Hancock running an exceptional time of 16:28 for him. Lane Obert on the home course coming in fourth for Liberty in 16:36 as well. Quincy High School gets Reed Steiner up next and goes on to win this thing, kind of going away from everybody. Gavin Slee is going to enter the picture. Justin Kapner as well. Quincy High doing some great work in this one as the Blue Devils look dominant and claim the team title. Across the river, we had the Frank Lemons Invitational, the 43rd annual. This one run now as part of a college event as well over at Hannibal LaGrange. And on the girls' side, Jocelyn Dorsey, obviously your heavy favorite on the home course, so to speak, coming in, wearing the pink today and looking good doing it. She would end up winning the championship today in a time of 21:06. Coming in second, her teammate Jordan Pewterbaugh, who runs a time of 22:21. So Hannibal dominating on both fronts in this one. A little bit later in third place, how about a 1-2-3, Grace Munger in a time of 22:58.3. Ava Santahuff coming up here as well. And then Michaela Harsel is going to finish in ninth place in a time of 24:18 as the Hannibal girls claim victory today. On the boys' side, man, I tell you what, Fulton has got a runner, and he is really, really good. And he took advantage of this track today in the best possible way. His name is Fulton's Kai Foster, leading the pack from start to finish in this one. And he's going to polish this track off, this new track off in 17:21.7 to get the win. We did have some local representation, though, coming in strong. Mason McDaniel, such a good, strong, confident runner. Third place today, 17:47 for him. Wyatt Whetstone, who is a Hannibal homeschooler, comes in at 18:43. He would come in fourth. Kendrick Hurt comes in right here from Clark County in third in 18:34 as well. So obviously great to have the Frank Lemons Invitational. As I said, there's a college division now as part of it, as well as a middle school division. Neat event in America's hometown. Also today, down at the state course at Gans Creek in Columbia today, the Monroe City girls showing out and tuning up for their postseason in the best possible way. As we go to the scoreboard and tell you that at the Brian Simpson Invite, Monroe City is your team champion today. Paris comes in as second as well on the scoreboard in that one. Brady Keller leading the way in that event, finishing in second place for Monroe City. She set a new school time record in doing that. I know that Paris had a couple of girls who cracked into the top 10 as well. So congratulations to those folks as well. And we'll have more overtime, including a rundown of the day's volleyball action from the Quincy High Invitational when overtime continues.
With Chris Duerr, working for you.
And welcome back to Overtime, everybody. We've got volleyball aplenty, including a huge showdown today at the Monmouth United Tournament title. For the first time in their history of participating, the Illini West Chargers are your champs. They beat Southeastern in a rematch of the Lady Suns title classic. In this one, Josie Bryant had 11 kills, but she also picked up her 1,000th career kill, leading the Chargers to an undefeated run through the field today. So good stuff for Dakota Lafferty and her crew. Again, regionals right around the corner. Good momentum. We also had the Quincy High Invitational today. Hannibal among those taking part in the early rounds. Man, a tough draw for Hannibal right off the bat, taking on St. Joe Ogden in this one and trying to fight out an early hole because set number one did not go their way. Malia Stolte, though, trying to fire her team back up, and she would fire cross court and find the easy kill there. Miss Stolte not done. She is a very versatile piece for this Hannibal Lady Pirate squad. She's going to show it right here off the back set, popping one in as well. Hannibal down, though, 11-2 at this point. The rally would begin. It's Zany Terrell doing some big-time middle blocking fun, and then as well, she's going to come up going cross court to knock that home as well in this one. Then Amelia Bates' turn. She is going to play a little defense at the net, make that stand up with a big-time block of her own. Good stuff from her. You know what? Hannibal would dig itself out of a hole, at least in set number 1. They would drop the first set 22-25, but you see things coming together for Abby Martin and company, and then it's Courtney Locke. But what a big rally for Hannibal as they win the next 2 sets to advance 26-24, 15-13. Hannibal ends up with the best local finish of the day from anybody, finishing 4th. Macomb, meanwhile, opened their day taking on Camp Point Central, a team they'll play again coming up on Monday. And we take you to the highlights of that one. And man, what a good start in this one for the Lady Bombers. Catherine Lukarinen, who had herself a monster game in this one with 10 kills, would start you off right there, right in your living room. And then it's Quinn Rexroth serving up an ace right here. And unlike against the game against Quincy Notre Dame, where she did good things, her teammates didn't push her around today. So good stuff for Quinn. A little bit later, it's Taylor Adair finding the back corner against Central's defense and continuing the barrage. And then it's Catherine again. Miss Lukarinen going to come up with another killer kill right there. Beautiful stuff for her. You know what, though? We had some fun back and forth in this one, starting to come a little side-out action from Central, thanks to Carly Peters going over her shoulder, trying to reestablish some equilibrium. Jackie Adair going to fire back in this one with a nifty kill of her own. Macomb's going to win this one 25-10, 25-18. Macomb ends up finishing on sixth place on the day, going 3-2 overall. How about the host school, Quincy High School, on the morning session, taking on Brown County in this one, and Ayanna Douglas doing Ayanna Douglas type things after her team is tied at this point in set number 1. Quincy High School slowly starting to take control in this one. It starts with Miss Douglas putting in the tap in, but we're not done on the Blue Devils side of things. Alyssa Farlow going to step back and serve up a nifty bit of acage at Brown County's expense. And yeah, all of a sudden, Quincy High had found sort of its groove in this one. Madison Luce is going to come up big as well, letting fly right here to allow another kill to fall in, and suddenly it's a 5-point lead in favor of Quincy High School at Brown County's expense, as you're going to see Madison Luce yet again coming into the picture right here. Brown County, though, all kinds of fight all day long, and doing it with some missing pieces today. But check out Brooke Gardhouse. She's going to get the side out right here for the Hornets coming up in just a second after Miss Luce had the big hit right there. Then you're going to see this young lady, Hallie Sefton, come up strong with the block action for her squad and the kill action. There's Miss Gardhouse throwing one down. So all kinds of fun today. In the end, Quincy High School wins this one 25-18, 25-10, and goes 2-1 in bracket play. Finally, we're going to leave you with some highlights of West Prairie taking on Quincy High's junior varsity squad again in the early session. Hadn't had a chance to see the Cyclones much this season. They've got a really good setter. No surprise, that seems like it's always the case in Colchester or West Prairie. Any part of that cooperative or what it used to be. Madeline Sullivan with the dump in right there. Quincy High, though, their JV squad has a lot of promise, and Katie Peter, a big reason why. She's a pretty good-looking middle hitter right here and letting fly from the outside, letting one get down. But here comes West Prairie for the win in this one. J.C. Reynoso with the tap down as well, and then Madeline Sullivan serving up the ace, as it would be West Prairie winning their early match as well. But again, as we mentioned, the best local finish today, Hannibal with a 4th-place finish. It was all the visitors, and man, that was a strong field that took the top 3 spots today over at the Invitational. Finally tonight, some college scores to pass along as well. Women's college soccer, Park ends Culver Stockton's run 4-1. On the men's side, though, we get a draw from Culver Stockton as they draw Park tonight at home 1-1. And I'll make mention of the fact that our friends, the Anderson brothers, yes, over at beautiful scenic St. Louis University, continue their string of good play of late. Seth and Tanner, neither of them had goals today, but they helped keep St. Louis in the winning column today as they beat Lehigh 1-0, your final there. And finally in volleyball today, Quincy University a winner on the road over Illinois Springfield, 3-0. The Lady Hawks are now 5-0 in conference play, and we'll have more overtime straight after this.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Duerr, working for you.
And welcome back to Overtime, everybody. We do apologize at the beginning of the show for the malfunctioning mic, but if you missed me say it, Bo Eftink is your Class 1A Golf runner-up from Quincy Notre Dame after firing a phenomenal round today. Our Zach Richardson will have an extended sit-down with Bo coming up tomorrow. What a way to end his sophomore season with that fantastic second-place finish, and it portends really good things to come. So again, Zach will have that interview for you coming up tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Also got a fantastic Sensational 7 coming your way this week as well. I'm all out of time. We'll see you right back here next week for Overtime.